Hi, a recent film that was not released in the UK until last summer, summer of 2021, although it was first released in the US a year earlier and premiered in 2019, is Kelly Reichardt's First Cow. It's notionally a Western in that it has an Old West setting, but it's something rather different, something rather gentler and more thoughtful than your typical Western. Our main character is initially a cook with a group of fur trappers, but they dislike his food despite his best efforts to cook something palatable, living out in the wilderness. And eventually they go back to a small settlement where they go their separate ways. However, he has already, while going for a midnight pee, encountered a young Chinese man who has escaped from a group of Russians who are planning on killing him. He gives the Chinese man shelter and somewhere to sleep for the night. They go their separate ways, but they meet again in the settlement. And they discover that the local chief factor, the head of the merchants in the town, has recently taken delivery of the first cow in that part of the country. So the cook concocts a scheme, having apprenticed with a baker back east. He knows how to make delicious sweet treats very simply. All he needs is the milk, which they steal by night. And so they are able to make small oil cakes, which are then sold to the workmen of the town who, living a rough, brutal existence, are more than happy to have this very simple little bit of comfort, this little shred of luxury in their lives. And it's the story of the two men and their developing relationship that starts out as necessity gradually turns into close friendship, and mutual dependence doesn't sound as kind as it should, but it turns out that they need each other, not quite in a romantic sense, but each finds great comfort with each other. Reichert's style is one of slow cinema, so the film has quite a languid, relaxed pace. There's a prologue which doesn't really add anything to the movie apart from potentially giving away the ending if you can figure it out. Um, and there are scenes which are somewhat protracted. The film could, for narrative reasons, do with being tightened up, but Reichert's idea is clearly to let the film wash over you gradually, to immerse yourself in the environment as a kind of psychological 3D. Um, as such, watching it on my on my small to medium sized television was not ideal. Perhaps in a cinema it works a lot better. But I did find it engaging. I did find the story absorbing. There is a degree of humour which, like the honey they used to sweeten the cakes, just added a little sweetness to the mixture. And there are some fine supporting performances. Toby Jones plays the chief factor, a rather sort of unpleasant, officious man. And René Auberjonois, who has had a very long career, films including MASH or Batman Forever, best known perhaps for Star Trek Deep Space Nine, here made his final film role in a small role as a mountain man. It's not a film that's easy to get hold of. I had to take out a week-long trial on Mubi, the streaming service via Amazon Prime Video. But if you can get hold of it, I believe it's out on DVD, I think, then it's one to look out for.